Okay, I'd like to call to order a council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lindau, and Raglan for Wednesday, January the 19th, year 2022 at approximately 7:05 p.m. I will do roll call. Councillor Kaufeld. Iris?
Yeah, Iris, you're muted. You'll have to unmute yourself.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Litkey. Councillor Rutledge.
Here.
Okay. Disclosure of interest, oh, sorry, we need first order of business is to amend the agenda. And it says that council amends the agenda to hear item number 4, the deputation before item number 3, before the adoption of the minutes. I need a mover on that. Councillor?
I can move.
I'll move it.
Okay, I got Councillor Kaufeld to move, and I'll put Councillor Rutledge as the seconder. All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, and that is
Yes.
carried. So the resolution before me that says to go into close, that council go into closed session pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001 as per section 239 of the Municipal Act. Subsection B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, and subsection E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting municipality or board, and subsection F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Regarding cost award by Justice Bell and the outcome of the stay motion and the outcome of the appeal hearing. Do I have a mover on that? Councillor?
I'll move it.
Councillor Rutledge, a seconder. Councillor?
I can second.
Councillor Kaufeld? All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, and that's carried.
Yes.
Okay, so with that said, we'll be having a short closed session. So.
Can you guys hear me? Sheldon?
Yes.
Is there a different number for a Zoom closed meeting?
No, stay on the line. What Jordan does, he basically goes through and he can put everybody else into a waiting room, and those that just have to be in closed will be in closed. So just hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, just hang on. Okay, so just for a check, Iris, you can hear me, John? Yes?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I have a resolution before me that says that council come out of closed session at 8:14 PM. I need a mover on that. Councillor
I can move.
Kaufeld, seconder,
Yeah, I'll second it.
Councillor Rutledge, all in favor? Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and that's carried. So during close, pursuant to the municipal act, what was discussed was pursuant to the municipal act 2001 for section 239. Subsection B, personal matters about identifiable individuals, including municipal or board employees. Subsection E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting municipality or board. And subsection F, advice of the subject to solicit client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose regarding cost award by Justice Bell and the outcome of the stay motion and the outcome of the appeal hearing. Some of the resolutions from the information that was obtained through the closed meeting, that we, the council for the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch, and Raglan, hereby declare the councillor seat in Ward 2, formerly held by Councillor Budrick, as vacant, effective January the 19th, year 2022. I need a mover on that. Councillor.
I can move.
Yes, I'll move it.
Okay, I'll do Councillor Kaufeld as the mover and seconded by Councillor Rutledge. A little bit of background to that for information. Councillor Budrick's appeal was argued in divisional court in Ottawa on Tuesday, and the appeal was dismissed orally with reasons to follow, and written decisions will be able to come in the future for more information. So with that said, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes,
Yes.
And that is, and also yes for me, and that is carried. The other resolution, that we, the council for the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch, and Raglan, hereby declare the councillor seat in Ward 2, formerly held by Councillor Licky, as vacant, effective January the 19th, year 2022. I need a mover on that. Councillor.
Yes, I'll move it.
I can move.
Okay, I've got Councillor Rutledge. I know we got a bit of a delay in the response, but we'll work with it. And seconded by Councillor Kaufeld. So a little bit of information behind that one. The application for Councillor Licky's Municipal Conflict of Interest Act proceeding was returnable in court tomorrow, and that he chose to resign, and as a result, the application will be withdrawn. So I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes,
Yes.
And myself also, so that carries.
Sheldon,
Yes, Iris, Councilor Kaufeld, sorry.
can I speak?
Yes, you may.
I was just wondering, like, is it possible for our February meeting, could we have a total cost on what Andrea's, well, Councillor Budrick's application was, or and even Trevor's? What the total cost of both of those would be? Would it be possible to have that for our next meeting?
So would you like to present a resolution, Councilor Kaufeld?
I guess I would have to, or we would have to.
You may move that, yes?
Well, I'm moving that because I would like to know what the total cost was. And I think the taxpayers have a right to know that also.
Okay, so do you have a seconder on that? Councilor?
I'll second it.
Councilor Rutledge? Any more discussion on the matter? I know Councillor Calfeld, I know you moved and you probably already gave your opinion. Councillor Rutledge, do you have anything to say?
No, I have
Okay.
nothing to say on that matter.
Okay, so I'll call for the vote. Then. All in favor?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay, so that will be carried then. Okay, and as we move down the list, down to adoption of the minutes. So the resolution says before me that we, the council for the township of Brudenell, Linddoch, and Raglan hereby adopt the minutes of the regular council meeting December 1st, 2021, and the special council meeting of December the 22nd, 2021, as printed and circulated. Do I have a mover on that? Councillor?
Sheldon? Can I interrupt again?
Hey, Councillor Capel?
I see you've went to adoption of minutes, but you didn't do our disclosure of interest.
My apologies, a good catch, very good catch, Councillor Calfeld.
Well, it's just because okay, go ahead.
Disclosure of interest on anyone's part with the matters before us tonight.
I have a pecuniary interest on payments.
Okay,
yeah, I don't have anything.
okay, so as usual, just submit your disclosure to the office and they'll indicate it in the minutes then.
I will do.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now I'll go back to the resolution that we, the council for the township of Brudenell, Linddoch, and Raglan hereby adopt the minutes of the regular council meeting December 1st, 2021, and the special council meeting of December the 22nd, 21, as printed and circulated. Any mover on that, Councillor?
Can I ask
I
a
will.
question here, Sheldon?
Sorry about that. So I just needed a mover on that, Councillor.
Cough out.
Thank you. A seconder, Councillor.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, Rutledge. Any comments, concerns about the minutes?
Yeah, on the adoption of minutes there at the bottom where it's moved by Trevor and myself, the dates there have changed because of course the meeting has changed. Does that matter?
Did you catch that?
Down where it says resolution number 2.
On the minutes.
Yes, on the minutes. So which date, John?
Well, on those dates, November 3rd at the regular council meeting on November 3rd. Is that correct?
No, so we're
Yes.
doing December 1st and December 22nd.
Okay,
Did you catch something?
We're adopting the minutes of the previous meeting.
okay, Sheldon.
So there's a wrong date in there?
Well, it was. January 5th, but it was actually the 19th, so. But
Is there a date change on that one?
If there's a date change, you can amend it. It's a more of a clerical order. So we will amend that to just pass it as amended.
Okay,
And then
okay,
staff will do that.
okay, so yeah, John, there was just a clerical error on that. So what we'll do is we'll add to pass the minutes as amended.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor then?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes, for me too, so that's carried. Okay, so we have no reports, and we're down to correspondence. Item 6.1, letter of City of Pembroke requesting donation for renovations to Festival Hall. Council's thoughts on that? Well, just a minute.
Next year's circulations.
Oh. Oh, sorry, okay. I guess we can do that after we do the correspondence. Sorry about that, Council. Correspondence from 6.1, any thoughts? I guess simple yes or no on your part will suffice if that's.
Well, I guess it comes down to who really uses it and who doesn't. And I know I've been to Festival Hall numerous times on different occasions on attending concerts and stuff like that. So, and John, have you ever been there?
I was only ever there once. I don't hardly think that it's fair that the city of Pembroke would ask other municipalities to support this. We are running with a large deficit in tax arrears, plus we have some local charities that are looking for money. I just don't think that at this time that we can afford to
Okay,
support this.
okay, so.
And I agree with John.
Oh, okay then, so I guess it's a no then, so thank you. Okay, another correspondence, of course, we had a 6.2 letter of congratulations on receiving a $2,000 grant from Cart Council of Canada. So that was good news. Also in the correspondence, was a letter from St. Catharines City Council. Whether we support that resolution is what I see, correct? What's that? Okay, so it's just a notification and advisory at this time. So then what I have is a resolution that the townships of Broodville, Lyndoch, and Raglan accepts the correspondence as circulated. Any mover on that, Councillor?
I will move.
Councillor Kaufeld, seconder.
I'll
Councillor,
second it.
Councillor Rutledge. All in favor?
Yes.
John?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay, thank you, and I'm also in favor, so that's carried. Okay, down to item number 7, tax arrears reports. And I guess. Okay, so I have a resolution before me that says council receives a report and directs the treasurer to prepare a tax collection bylaw for council's consideration at the regular council meeting in February 22. That clearly describes at what point the collection procedures in the municipal act will be applied. So I need a mover on that, Councillor.
I'll move it.
Councillor Rutledge. Seconder.
I will second.
Okay, Councillor Kaufman. Any questions from council?
Well, I guess my big concern about, is this just a sign of the times that our tax arrears are running so high, or what seems to be the problem? Is there a lot of uncertainty out there, or what is it?
Would any of staff like to respond to that?
So just knowing trends with other municipalities, there hasn't been much of a change with COVID, but it also could just be where we are in the year too.
Yeah. I think For me, I think it's important to have a policy for, for the municipality to follow. Simply relying on waiting perhaps too many years before you decide to pursue makes it extra hard for individuals to pay. At least if you start early in the process, and if you do have a payment plan, at least it's something maybe they can work with. So I think a policy clearly states out the direction that, staff and council have in the process. I don't know if anybody else has any comments about that, but
So the number here in red, that's the outstanding, that's what is owed to the municipality? In total tax arrears?
yeah, and that's this one. I know mine's on red. So yeah, the total outstanding then, I guess, for information for people that may be listening is a little over $514,000, so. Any other questions from council?
No,
If not,
No, none at
I'll,
this time.
okay. So if not, I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
yes,
Yes,
Okay, and I'm also in favor, so that carries. Now down to item 8. And that's severances of the townships of Broodmill, Linddock, and Raglan, approved the land severance application number B37/21 from Allen Tennant for creation of one new lot with the following condition. All the conditions as listed in the county of Renfrew planning report concerning this division of land. I need a mover on that. Councillor
I will move that.
Kaufeld, the seconder.
yes, I'll second it.
Councillor Rutledge. Any questions from council?
No,
I know where that is on Letterkenny and I have no questions.
Okay, so I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes,
yes,
And yes for me too, so that's carried. We're now down to bylaws. Okay. Yep. Okay, so we're down to bylaw. The resolution says, being a bylaw to borrow the sum of $400,000 to meet until the taxes are collected. The current expenditures of the corporation for the year. Yeah, so this was read a first and second time, this 19th day of January 2022, read. You can go it down. And you don't do that after proof facts, right? Okay. So the resolution is on the floor. Do we have a mover on that?
I can move.
I'll move it.
Kaufeld.
Councillor Kaufeld, and I'll put down a seconder as Councillor Rutledge. Any questions from council?
No, none on my part.
Well, I have no questions either.
Okay. Before we go through. Okay, so all in favor?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay, and I'm also in favor, so that passes, and it's read a third time and passed this 19th day of January 2022. Okay, so we're down to item 9.2. And the resolution says that being a bylaw to approve expenditures prior to the approval of the municipal budget in any given year. Read it first and second time this 19th day of January 2022. Any mover on that? Counselor,
Yes, I'll move it. I'll move it.
seconder,
I will.
Counselor Culfeldt. Discussion of any? Hearing none,
No
I'll-
discussion here.
Okay, thanks. If that's the case, I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
Yes,
Counselor Rutledge?
Yes,
Okay, and I'm also in
Yes.
favor. So read a third time and passed this 19th day of January 2022. Item 9.3. Being a bylaw to establish rules governing the proceedings of council, the calling of meetings and the conduct of members, staff and the public. Read in first and second time this 19th day of January 22. I need a mover on that, Counselor.
Sheldon,
I'll move it.
Okay, Counselor.
Can I
Rutledge
just
will
ask-
move. Go ahead, Counselor Capel.
well, I mean, I looked through the procedural bylaws, so this is the same one we passed in November 2021.
So
So
I'll
we're
get-
passing it again?
yeah, so I'll get you the second at first, if that's okay, and then we'll
Okay.
talk. And then we'll get the, yeah, so,
I will second.
okay, thank you. Now you may relay your concerns. If anybody has any questions.
I don't have any concerns. I was just wondering why we had passed this already in November of 2021. And I went through both and compared and they're identical. Just
Okay,
curious
so,
why we're passing it again.
yeah, so I will, Andrew has his hand up. I'll let him respond to that for you with the explanation.
So through the
Okay.
mayor, it's my understanding that both the procedural or the bylaw and the expected conduct were brought forward to council, and there was a question about comments, and then it would be brought back to council for it to be passed. So basically, yes, it could be the same if there was no comments.
So did you hear that, Counselor Capel?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah, I remember that too, where it was prepared for us and then we were asked to submit comments if we wished, so. Any other comments on that?
None on my part.
Okay, so I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay, and I'm in favor of that too, and that is carried. Okay, so item number 9.4 is a resolution that says being a bylaw to adopt an expected conduct policy. Read it first and second time this 19th day of January 2022. Any mover on that? Counselor?
I will move.
Counselor Caulfield? Seconded by Counselor
yes, I'll second it.
Rutledge. Okay, any discussion on that?
Not at all.
Okay, so hearing none, I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
Yes,
Counselor Rutledge?
Yes, here also. Yes, here also.
And I'm also, so that carries and read a third time and passed this 19th day of January 2022. Item 9.5. The resolution says being a bylaw to authorize electronic signing of documents. Read first and second time this 19th day of January, year 2022. Any mover on that? Counselor?
Yes, I'll move it.
Counselor Rutledge, did Iris freeze?
Yes,
Oh, there she is. She's there.
Okay,
I
Counselor.
will second.
Okay, any discussion on this? Questions?
No,
Hearing none, I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
yes,
Yes,
Okay, and I am also in favor, so that carries. And that's read a third time and passed this 19th day of January, year 2022. Okay. Item 9.6, the resolution says being a bylaw to authorize voting by mail for the 2022 municipal elections, read a first and second time this 19th day of January, year 2022. I need a mover on that. Counselor?
I can move. I can
Counselor
move.
Counselor Kaufman, thank you. Seconded by Counselor
yes, I'll second it.
Rutledge. Any discussion on this?
No,
Okay,
No, not by me either.
okay, so I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
yes,
Yes, here also.
Okay, thank you, and also myself, so that's read a third time and passed this 19th day of January, year 2022. And we're down to the last item on bylaws. Being a bylaw to provide the interim tax levies for the year 2022 for the township of Brunel, Linddock, and Raglan. I need a mover on that, Counselor.
I can move.
Counselor Confeld, seconder. Counselor
Yes, I'll second it.
Rutledge. Discussion on the matter?
No,
Hearing none, I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
Yes,
yes,
Okay, I'm also in favor. Read a third time and passed this 19th day of January, year 2022. Okay, so we're down to other business. Item 10.1. First one is opening the office. So the resolution says that the township of Brunel, Linddock, and Raglan directs office staff to open the office at 1 p.m. on Mondays, starting on January the 24th until February the 28th, 2022, for the purpose of restructuring and reorganizing the files and contents of the office. So I need a mover on that. Counselor.
I can move. I can move.
Counselor Kaufman, seconded by Counselor
yes, I'll second it.
Rutledge. Any questions on the resolution?
Is this only on Mondays? Just Mondays?
Yes,
Okay,
I know this was kind of discussed at one of our last meetings. I remember it was asked, so.
Yep.
Any other questions?
none for me.
Okay, hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Yes,
Yes, here too.
And I'm also in favor. Okay, so we're down other business. Item 10.2 is a request for proposal for IT services and website upgrades. The resolution says that council directs the municipal manager to issue a request for proposals for IT services, and further that the municipal manager investigate website upgrades and improvements. I need a mover on that. Counselor.
Yes, I'll move it.
Okay, Counselor Rutledge, seconder, Counselor
I will second.
Kaufman. Okay, any questions from council on this?
So. What does it say here? So the total cost is gonna be approximately 25,000.
So through the mayor, what the request is right now to go forward with the IT upgrades. And because that's upgrade service of the services, that's not necessarily going to do everything.
Right.
It's going to have a firm contract for IT services, and then we're going to investigate web upgrade. So it doesn't have that same cost associated with it. You're just going to have a contract for someone or some firm to firmly do your IT services.
Okay. So was that suffice for a response, Councillor Coco?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions from council?
Is there only the one company that does this? There's only the one quote on this?
So through the mayor, this is an information letter that was given to the township. The request for proposals would open it up to all companies.
So yeah, the request will go out, and anybody that's interested, John, it's an open competitive process, so. So if there's no more. So if there's no more questions, then I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes.
Councilor Rutledge?
Yes,
Okay, and I'm also in favor, so that carries. Okay, I have another resolution before me that's in relation to item 10.3 that council allows Mr. Litke to continue to occupy the part of the road allowance where a septic system is located and agrees not to withdraw permission arbitrarily. So I need a mover on that resolution. Councillor,
yes, I'll move it.
okay, so I'll put down Councillor Rutledge and seconded by Councillor Coppout. Any discussion on this item? On the report?
No, not at this time.
Okay. So hearing none, then I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
What, Sheldon, I don't mean to, can you go back? What are we on here?
We are, sorry, we're on 10.3. So it's an officer or employee report. It's in regard to Mr. Litke's request about his septic system on the road allowance.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so do you have any questions of?
You're talking about the road allowance and the septic system?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Did we decide what we're doing there?
so basically, as the resolution read, the council allows Mr. Litke to continue to occupy the part of the road allowance where his septic system is located and agrees not to withdraw permission arbitrarily. So.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like explained in regards to that? I know Andrew has prepared the report.
Yeah. And no, I totally agree with the report. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so if that's the case, then I'll call for the vote. All in favor of the resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry about that.
That's fine. Clarification is fine to ask for, so. And I'm also in agreement, so and that carries. Okay, we're down to 10.4. And that's, okay, so council has received an email, sorry. Oh, wrong one. Oh, Okay, thank you. So 10.4 is in relation to the human resources bylaw. It's a point of discussion. So I'm not sure which, Andrew will lead the discussion for council.
So basically, it's more of an information point for council. It's similar to the bylaws on expected conduct and the procedural bylaw that council passed tonight. So what's going to happen is council had asked for a package, human resource policies, and E4M is going to provide that to council in the near future, and council will have a chance to review that bylaw that comes forward and present comments back to E4M, and then it will come before council in the first meeting in February. Okay. So there's no content to it other than just informing council you're going to be given the opportunity to make comments.
Sure. Okay, so that's understood of
Andrew.
council.
Yes, thank you, Andrew.
Sure. Okay, so item 10, 5 is an email requesting financial assistance from Quadville Community Center. So basically, the Quadville Community Center, as we all know, they're a private organization, had some problems where their pipes have froze, and they've done some damage to the washroom. I guess their deductible is $1,000. They don't feel that the $3,000 that they get yearly would be sufficient to help cover their costs. So I guess it's a point of discussion right now. So I don't know whether or not, council's in favor of that, or.
So what are they looking for then? For the $1,000 for the deductible, or are they wanting more than the $3,000? I'm a
So
little
from a-
confused by her last.
To me, I think the way it reads, they want above and beyond the $3,000, so, yeah. Okay, so yeah, they don't want anything that's given, they don't want to affect that $3,000.
So why not give them the $1,000? Wouldn't the insurance company cover the rest of the expenses on their repairs?
So through the mayor, typically, there's the deductible, which they've listed as $1,000. And if the insurance company does cover it, they would have to pay the deductible.
Yeah.
Sometimes when there's a great expense, the deductible is written off of the contractor, but they're asking for the deductible. So the question is, does council want to provide above the $3,000
Yeah,
to pay the $1,000 deductible?
yeah. Yeah, so the question is, did you hear Andrew response?
I didn't catch it all. It was just a little muffled, sorry.
Okay,
So through the mayor, I can repeat that.
sure.
So the question that they're asking is, would the township be willing to pay the $1,000 deductible in addition to the $3,000 that the township already provides?
Okay, so they. You have to refresh my memory on this, because for 2022, are they still entitled to their full $3,000, or did they get half of that at some point? Does anybody recall, like,
So go ahead, Virginia.
I know we gave the $3,000 early in 2021,
Yeah,
but we didn't give any additional for 2022 yet.
so there's nothing been given yet for 20. Okay, so you
okay,
got, okay. You have any questions, Councilor Rutledge?
Yeah, well, I really do. I got a real problem with it. I don't really mind giving them this $1,000 deductible, but I think it should be pointed out to them that it's not a free sort of offering here, that, it's a private organization and that, they've got to support themselves unless they come up with some alternatives.
Okay. Councillor Calfelt, do you have anything else?
Oh. At this time, no.
Okay, I mean, for myself, I'm fine with advancing them, a part of their $3,000 for the 2022, if that hasn't been done already.
But I think that's what she's stating in the letter. She said this cannot be included in our annual $3,000.
Yeah, so Andrew had his hand up.
So listening to council's discussion, perhaps council would like to advance their donation, if it's going to be $3,000, to give the $3,000 now. And if that's not sufficient to do everything, they can't make adjustments, but then they bring the case back to the council to ask for $1,000 deductible because they have a deficit.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea, so. So what we'll do is we'll write up a resolution in that effect, and then I'll read it to council, and we can have any discussion about it then, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, no, that sounds fine. Yeah. Okay, so the resolution after discussion that's come before me says that the townships of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan will provide the Quadville Community Center their annual $3,000. And if more assistance is required, it can be brought back to the table for discussion. So I need a mover on that.
I can move.
I'll move that.
Okay, I heard Councillor Calfelt first. And Councillor Rutledge second. Discussion of if any on that resolution?
No.
No,
Okay.
not a discussion.
Seeing none, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm also in favor of that also, so that carries. Okay, so that ends the open part of our meeting. Right now, we have to go into in-camera or closed session again. So the resolution before me says that council go into closed session pursuant to Municipal Act 2001, section 23931. Education or training sessions of the Municipal Act for the purpose of training, council staff communications, and as per section 239 of the Municipal Act. Subsection B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal local board employees, and subsection E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting municipality or board for the purposes of potential litigation related to a shoreline road application. 3, subsection B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees for the purposes of reviewing requests for a waiver of fees and or interest. And 4, subsection B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, and subsection D, labor relations or employee negotiations for the purposes of discussing the employee wages. Moved by Counselor,
I can,
Counselor Kaufeld, seconded by Counselor,
Yes, I'll second it.
Counselor Rutledge. And all in favor?
yes,
Yes,
Okay, and I'm also in favor, so we'll be now going in camera with, looks like could be a fairly lengthy discussion. Good. Okay.
Good to go.
Okay, so the resolution that council comes out of closed at approximately 9:58 PM. Need to move around that, Counselor,
I can move.
yes, I'll move.
Counselor Kaufeld, and I'll get a seconder by Counselor Rutledge.
Yes, I'll second.
So during closed discussion, there was one issue for the purpose of training, council staff communications. One issue of subsection B, personal matters about identified individual, including municipal or local board employees, and subsection E, about litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals, affecting municipality or board for the purpose of potential litigation related to a shoreline road application. One issue of subsection B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, for the purpose of reviewing requests for a waiver of fees and or interest. And one issue of subsection B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. And subsection D, labor relations, employment negotiations for purposes. And all in favor of that resolution?
Yes,
Okay. John?
Yes, I'm in favor of it. too.
Okay, and I'm also,
Yes,
so that's carried. Okay, so the next resolution is for council is that we, the council for the township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan, uphold the original shoreline road application approval and require the survey to reflect the application. Furthermore, council directs staff to bring forward policy within the next 2 months that our procedure will always be to follow the natural severance through straight lines following the existing lot line for any shoreline road application received. I need to move around that, Counselor,
yes, I'll move it.
Counselor Rutledge, a seconder,
I will second.
Counselor Kaufeld. All in favor?
Yes,
Okay, that's John. Okay, also myself,
Yes,
that will be carried. Thank you, John. That's it. Okay, so the next resolution is being a bylaw part of the proceedings of the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindop, Raglan, and its regular council meeting of January 19th, 2022, read first and second time. This 19th day of January 22. I need a mover on that. Counselor
I can move.
Kaufeld, seconder. Counselor
yes, I'll second. it.
Counselor Rutledge. Discussion of it, if any. Hearing
No.
none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, and I'm also in favor, so that's right at third time pass, it's 19th day of January 2022. And the final resolution for the night, that this meeting adjourned at 10:03 PM. I need a mover on that, Counselor Cowfowl.
Yeah, I'll move it.
Counselor Rutledge will do the seconder. Don't think there's any discussion, so all in favor.
Yes.
Okay, that's carried. Everybody have a good night, and we'll talk to you again.
Safe travels home.
Yeah, thanks. You too, eh? Even though you only got a short way to go.